While shifting focus to other stories, in this time to Tamil Nadu, where Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there on a visit. Remember, Prime Minister, of course, you can see those live shots on your screen. The Prime Minister is at the Ganga Cholapuram Temple. Of course, this is in Tamil Nadu. You can see that he is trying to offer prayers in the temple. This, of course, comes as part of BJP's Vikas push in Tamil Nadu, which, of course, is slated to go to polls next year. With my colleague Sam Daniel joining us on the telecast. Sam, what exactly can you tell us about the PM's visit? Of course, we are looking at him currently offer prayers at the temple.
That's right. Prime Minister Modi has arrived at the Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple race, and this is part of the 1000th year anniversary celebrations of the great maritime expedition of the Chola Emperor Rajendra Chola. And this occasion also marks his birth anniversary and the then commencement of the construction of this iconic temple, where Prime Minister Modi right now offers his prayers. There would be a musical concert led by musician Raja. There would also be 25 other shy white heads of butt who would be with the Prime Minister. And this is to celebrate the Chola heritage. Rajendra Chola was known for architectural marvel as well as the military as well as the naval fleet prowess of his kingdom at that point in time. And by coming here for this special occasion organized by the Ministry of Culture, politically Prime Minister Modi also in a sense demonstrates his love for Tamil culture and Tamil heritage in a state where the BJP has a negligible presence. Elections are due here in 8 months' time, and this is also being seen in that larger context. The Prime Minister every time doing something in a bid to expand the footprint of the BJP. And yesterday he had inaugurated 4,800 crore worth of projects, including the new terminal at the Tuticorin airport, besides several projects under railways, highways and the Tuticorin port, and conveying a stronger message that Tamil Nadu remains to be a priority for the central government in terms of the infrastructural push. This also comes at a time when the ruling DMK is critical of the central government in terms of what they call financial discrimination, withholding funds for the ongoing Samagra Shiksha program because the Tamil Nadu government has not adopted the national education policy, which it looks at it as nothing but an imposition of Hindi, and something the BJP has denied. And right now, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin is in the hospital, but he has sent a memorandum to the Prime Minister asking for allocation of funds with respect to the Manrega program, the dues to be cleared, and funds for the Coimbatore Metro Rail project and for several railway projects, besides the crucial 2,152 crore rupees for the ongoing Samagra Shiksha program. So it's in this context we'll have to look at this visit through the prism of the upcoming elections. The BJP in the 2019 and 2021 could not win in a big way. Also the 2024 Lok Sabha election. Now it has revived ties with AIADMK, hoping to ride on its popularity and strength to be able to send a similar number of MLAs to the assembly like last time.
Absolutely, Sam. And I also wish to understand from you that when it comes to, the BJP's coalition with AIADMK, where exactly does the coalition stand at this point? Has it been in some manners crystallized, or is it still in its initial stages?
Technically speaking, AIADMK has revived ties with the BJP, although it had snapped ties before the 2024 Lok Sabha election. But there is a simmering issue between both these parties over the question of coalition government. Home Minister Amit Shah has been time and again reiterating that if the NDA wins elections in Tamil Nadu, it will be a coalition government. But EPS, AIADMK chief, has been assertive, making it very clear that there's no question of coalition government. It will be an AIADMK-led government with its own absolute majority. This, in a sense, has triggered some kind of unease, some kind of friction between both these parties. Will it survive till the elections? That's something we'll have to wait and watch. But for the first time, after revival of ties yesterday, EPS had met Prime Minister Modi while he landed in the Trichy airport. He also gave a list of demands, including a release of funds and fulfilling pending projects. But it's not clear if this issue of the coalition was discussed. But right now, on record, the alliance is there. But will it survive? Have they sorted the issue of coalition government? that's something we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely, and Simon, walk us through who exactly will be the key players when it comes to the assembly polls in Tamil Nadu.
At the moment, Reet, it looks like a four-cornered contest. The ruling DMK, which has its alliance intact, is aiming for a consecutive term. But so far, in the history of Tamil Nadu, DMK has never won a second consecutive term. And it's counting on its flagship programs like the free 1,000 rupee monthly assistance for women, the free bus rides for women, the skill development for government school children, and things like that. And on the other hand, AIADMK, which has been suffering a series of electoral losses after Jayalalitha died, wants to reclaim its political fortunes, and it's a make or break election for EPS, and that's why they have revived ties with the BJP. And the star power comes this time from the TVK chief active Vijay, who is making his electoral debut in the upcoming election, and he is again supremely confident of sweeping elections, just like NGR in his very first election, capturing power. Unlike other unsuccessful stars in Tamil Nadu after Jayalalitha and MGR reached, Vijay is coming to politics at the peak of his career, unlike other stars like Sivaji Ganesan, Vijaykanth, Kamal Hassan, and Rajinikanth, who even opted out. So they're very confident, but he would make an interesting watch to see what kind of a splash he would make. At the moment, he's offering share in power with anybody who's joining his alliance if the party wins. And the fourth side would be the director Sriman's Nam Tamilar Katchi. Looks like a four-cornered contest with Vijay bringing in his star power. But ultimately, 8 months away for election, so much could change. There is speculation that if things are not smooth for EPS, he may even dump the BJP and shake hands with Vijay. But will Vijay will he be okay for to be a secondary partner? What kind of a modality he would want to insist on? That's something we'll have to wait and see. But at the moment, it looks like a fascinating four-cornered contest to read.
Absolutely, of course, Prime Minister Modi is, of course, at a Chola temple. And, of course, this has also become a point of discussion when it comes to the DMK as well as the BJP, with both sides organizing events to honor the Chola king. Help us understand how exactly does the legacy of such a leader play into domestic politics?
Well, no doubt, Chola is an inseparable part of Tamil history. Yes, his legacy is known for the kind of rule he gave, the kind of spiritual governance his government had, and the way he had expanded his kingdom from the Gangetic Plains to the Southeast Asia. In that sense, he's a celebrated emperor. But among the Dravidian archrivals, he's not that kind of a celebrated emperor, and that's exactly why the BJP is trying to fill that vacuum. One reason why the Dravidian parties have been shying away from celebrating him in a big way is the belief that during his reign there was caste discrimination. The upper castes were nurtured, and the lower caste had to face discrimination and restriction, and they do not want to be seen celebrating that kind of an emperor. But the BJP sources indicate by this kind of an outreach by the Prime Minister himself, celebrating the legacy of Rajendra Chola, which also in a sense has mounted pressure on the ruling DMK also to trigger or to start many such initiatives. The larger question is the BJP is trying to reach out to the OBCs in that sense, the communities who can strike a chord with the legacy of Rajendra Chola, and they hope that slowly and steadily this kind of an approach could help them to expand their presence in the state little by little. Already by inviting these 25 heads of different mutts from Tamil Nadu. Although they do not have a cult kind of a following like in other states, Prime Minister Modi, they say, believes this kind of connect with the mutts could gradually help the BJP strengthen its position, strengthen its footprint, and ultimately, at some point in time, they hope they'll be able to make it big politically to be able to capture power.
And of course, PM Modi is on a 2-day visit to Tamil Nadu. Help us understand what exactly would his schedule look like for the next 2 days. Of course, he's already spent a day there. This, of course, is his second day, and we can see live visuals on our screen where he, of course, is in a Chola temple. He's offering prayers. We saw him interacting with priests before this. So what all does the PM have lined up after this?
I think it's just a 2-day program. Yesterday's program was largely on how the central government is promoting Tamil Nadu in terms of infrastructural push, in terms of pumping in so much of money for several projects, in terms of developing airports, railways, in terms of the energy sector through investments in the Kudankulam power plant here, and how priority-wise Tamil Nadu is in the top list according to the Prime Minister's speech yesterday. 4,800 crore worth of projects were initiated yesterday, including a new terminal in the Tuticorin port, besides railways, a port project, and also a highway project. And today, it's more of a cultural connect, trying to promote how the central government and the BJP, in a sense, at the center, is also focusing in celebrating, glorifying Tamil heritage and Tamil culture. Something, in their view, they're trying to convey the message that the Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu do not do that as in such a big way as they do. And it's in that context, this particular meeting, this particular event at the iconic Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple, the 1,000-year-old temple, becomes important. This temple itself is a symbol of the architectural marvel and the architectural prowess of the Chola kingdom under Rajendra Chola, who built this temple and also had that maritime expedition to the Southeast Asia. And in that sense, they are also trying to reach out through culture, through heritage, hoping to establish a larger connect with Tamil Nadu, where largely, in a sense, politically, the BJP is seen as a liability. Sometimes the parties who fight elections with the BJP lose. And they're trying to break that jinx slowly and steadily. Now that with elections due in 8 months' time, every such move also will be seen through the prism of elections, and it will be scrutinized that way.
Absolutely, Sam. And also help us understand that when it comes, of course, to the Chola dynasty and its legacy, like I mentioned earlier, that BJP as well as the DMK seem to have locked horns, wherein the BJP was claiming that the PM was making the Chola legacy and information about the Chola Empire global, whereas DMK was trying to keep it local. Help us understand what exactly is the controversy here.
There is no controversy. Both these governments celebrate the legacy of the Chola Emperor. There's no doubt about that. The Gangaikonda Cholapuram Temple and the other Brihadisvara Temple in Tanjavur, all of these are landmarks, something Tamil celebrate the legacy of these kingdoms. But in a sense, politically, there is an issue for the Dravidian parties here, because while they fight for or they champion the cause of social justice, during the reign of the Cholas, it's believed that they nurtured caste-based discrimination. They promoted a section of upper caste community, and they looked down upon and they denied opportunity and restricted the development or upcoming development of the communities who they perceived as lower caste. In that context, they do not want to be seen to be promoting a kingdom or a reign that's known for that kind of a discrimination. So they, in that sense, limit their celebration of these icons at a particular level. Whereas the BJP has chosen to celebrate how the Chola kingdom was not confined to the Indian territory, but they had extended their kingdoms all up to Southeast Asia, all up to Cambodia. And that's something they say that the ruling DMK or any of the Dravidian parties here have failed to acknowledge and celebrate it in that kind of a legacy that ought to be proud of and celebrated. And they're trying to fill in that vacuum now, trying to project that they are taking it global. They're taking the brand of the Cholas globally, something they had achieved so many centuries before from this land of Tamil Nadu. And that way they hope that this will strike a chord with the Tamil voters in that sense, with elections due in 8 months' time, that they will be able to look at BJP in a different way, that they are not Hindutva-centric, that they are genuinely promoting Tamil culture and Tamil pride, and that they hope will strike a chord in helping them reap electoral benefits. Will that work? That's something we'll have to wait and see. But this also comes at a time when the ruling DMK accuses the central government of denying funds for Tamil Nadu because they're not implementing the three-language policy, which is being seen as Hindi imposition, and also for not giving enough share in terms of devolution in proportion to what Tamil Nadu offers. It's in this context, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had given a memorandum making specific demands, from asking to release funds for the Manrega program, asking funds to be released for the ongoing Samagra Shiksha program, for which the centre has withheld funds, and also for projects like the Coimbatore Metro Rail and several railway projects across Tamil Nadu.
Right, Simon, of course, the PM also held a road show before this. He's also interacted with locals. Now, help us understand, how has the public's reaction been when it comes to the PM's visit in the state?
The roadshow culture is quite new for Tamil Nadu. Whenever Prime Minister Modi is visiting the state, he is making it a point to have this kind of a roadshow. For a place like Ariyalur, a remote part in southern Tamil Nadu, the kind of crowd that gathered to be part of Modi's roadshow is, I would say, is good. But looking at Prime Minister's stature and the kind of roadshows he has experienced in other states, one would say this was not that huge, because this was hardly a kilometer long from the point where he landed and to the point where he had to get off to be part of the temple celebrations. In that sense, it was not big, but you can understand this is an area where the BJP is still having a negligible presence. It's still trying to expand its footprint through gestures like this. In that sense, you cannot compare it to any other mega road shows like you would see in Gujarat. But taking the factors of the BJP's strength here and the dominance of the dividend parties here, it was good.
Right. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining us and sharing those details with us.